Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to Memphis International Raceway for the 6th race of the NAMAR Mountain Dew Code Red Series Season 3. It's time for the 6th event in a 46 race season. Winning the coin toss for the pole position was once again Cement Oskin in the 22 Team Penske Ford. Starting to his right, his outside in racing terms, is the 88 of Eli Bright, who won his first heat race of the season. Starting in row 2, teammate to the 88 is the 5 of Dale Lightning and the Stewart Haas racing car of Jonathan Zorlin. Row 3 has the Roush Fenway car of Nico Tringali with Joe Gibbs racing car Alan Cavanero, one of 3 drivers of the team, and for the first time this season all 3 will start inside the top 10. In row 4 behind him is one of those teammates in the form of Enzo Nareza, and Nico Tringali, one of his teammates, Adam Flickinger, will start 8th. Flickinger missed Nashville, and this time around it's teammate Jesse Turner missing Memphis. And lastly, for our top 10 introductions, starting in row 5 is Sky Commons, the last of the Joe Gibbs Toyotas, and next to him another Junior Motorsports Chevrolet, Andrew Rich. As we will go through the rest of the starting lineups, we will point out your notables. In row 7, Martin Wild starting in 13th. Row 8, we have Soy Fernandez starting 15th. Row 9, row 10, row 11 has Matthew Logan and Hunter Braxton, 2 Junior Motorsports drivers. Row 12, row 13, 2 JD Motorsports drivers. Row 14, row 15, 16, 17's got Johnny Gardner on the outside. This is row 18, row 19, and in row 20, RJ Bishop will start 39th here today. Poor qualifying run. Let's go trackside for the command.
Gentlemen, start your engines!
The command has been given. I was waiting for the front row to just not go. As you know, sometimes these cars have mechanical failures. It looks like everyone is going to get going here on the grid. And Memphis, our second Tennessee track. As we make our way up the East Coast, we will finish at Bristol before we head into Virginia. But we'll head into Virginia for 2 races, and then we'll move up to Pennsylvania. Drivers making their way to the start-finish line. Green flag is out. Oskin with an amazing jump for the start. He'll clear Eli Bright with ease, and this will allow the 88 to get down in front of his teammate Dale Lightning. It's a 100-lap race. Unlike speedways and super speedways, no caution flags will fly if there is an incident on the track. Short tracks and road courses, which, to define those for the fans who are unfamiliar, a short track is any racetrack under 1 mile in length. Memphis is 3/4 of a mile, so it falls under those conditions of having no caution flags fly. A road course is a racetrack with left and right turns. Many tracks that we run will be ovals that are all left-hand turns. So a road course is usually a bigger track with multiple turns and left and right, and so therefore at those tracks we do not run caution flags. So through 3 laps, Oskin in a commanding lead just as much as he was in his heat race, as Eli Bright in a commanding spot in 2nd, Dale Lightning 3rd, Nico Tringali 4th, and Enzo Nareza in 5th. Teammate Sky Common sits behind him in 6th. Fitzwater Sr. in 7th. Andrew Rich is looking for 8th from Jonathan Zorlin and trying to crack the top 10, passing Alan Cavanero To Cavy's inside is Zoe Fernandez. And they are 3 wide behind. Anna Flickinger falling back as Quinton Moore closing in on a top 10 position. Moore had his best run of the season when he finished 3rd at Rockingham. So far, these drivers doing a great job keeping it under control. No accidents have occurred yet, as it was pretty obvious to see when Wyatt Anderson spun in Heat 2. He was 6 seconds away from 23rd position in that heat race. In this case of today, it would be 39th if someone spins out. If someone has a mechanical problem, we will likely see a huge split. There is nowhere to go on this track if someone on the outside line has a problem. And it could cause huge problems for a lot of drivers depending where it occurs. Matthew Logan moving up to 12th. Mid-pack qualifying position for him. He started 21st in his heat, and he made his way up through the field as well. So Cavanero will retain a top 10, so all Joe Gibbs Racing cars are in the top 10 here today. That's great to see for them. Cavy is up to 23rd in the standings with teammate Nereza up to 21st, or down to 21st actually. Nereza's still looking for that first top 10 on the season. Sky Commons comes into today's race 5th in the standings. And Cavanero will peek to the inside of Fernandez looking for 9th. And you can just see that Joe Gibbs Racing power. He just floors it by the 35 with ease. So a handful of underfunded teams up here in the top 20. Fernandez out of Go Green Racing is one of them. Matthew Logan has passed Sorlin for 11th. Ryan Brommer will take a position away. He'll move up to 12th. Quinton Moore looking for 13th. Corey Riggs running in 15th. We mentioned our first handful of drivers to miss their first races of the season. And the big one at the top of the points this time around is Colt Hudson. Came into this race 11th in the standings, missing out on his first race along with Jesse Turner and Donovan Cage. Turner 28th in points, Cage 40th in points. So Cage, despite being a back marker, had made every race. Speaking of drivers making races, Peter Onjak is making his first start since Talladega. They finished 37th there, looking a lot better than that so far, running in 21st place. RJ Bishop, who started 39th, has made his way up to 22nd. Through 5 races this season, Chevrolet has won every event in the form of 5 drivers: Andrew Rich, Eli Bright, Hunter Braxton, James Ellison, and Dylan Young. And so far, Austin leads the field, and it looks like it could be Ford's first victory of the year. Bishop will take another position as he passes Onjak for 21st. Casey Nanako having a poor run in 24th place. Flickinger 25th place. Alexander Rose in the top 30. This is Rose's second start of the season. I don't recall where he made his first one. Gardner has made his way back to the inside line. He's going to begin picking up positions again here. Bobo Jones doing poorly. Edwin Mendez doing poorly. Baran Oscus, Marty Johnson, Hunter Braxton at the back of the field. And there is just not a lot of grip on the top line, it seems. But Braxton, Johnson, and Baran Oscus really going to have to pick it up here if they want to come out of this with a good finish. Especially Johnson. Every race he's running, he has not finished in the top 35. So Austin with a commanding lead, Eli Bright second, Lightning third, Tringali fourth, and Enzo Nereza in 5th. We will take our first break here from the racetrack, and we will return shortly. Welcome back to Memphis International Raceway. Ryan Brommer is on the charge here today. He has made his way all the way up to 3rd place. And at the start-finish line, closes in 2/10 on race leader Samet Oskin. as the field has really begun to shuffle here a quarter of the way through the event. Oskin and Bright have been the clear top runners in first and second in their own little groups, and now Brommer, creeping up through the field, has made it into third, and he has begun tracking down the race leader. Another 3.5 tenths for Brommer that time by. This could be RCR's second race win of the year if Brommer gets to the front, and he's got plenty of time to do it. Tringali holding on to fourth place as Matthew Logan has made his way up to fifth. Dale Lightning in sixth, ends on the res of seventh. Andrew Rich and Fitzwater battle it out for eighth as last week's winner Dylan Young has made his way into the top 10. Quinton Moore still around here in 11th, Cavanero 12th, Sikuli in 13th, Fernandez 14th under pressure and now in a battle with Sky Commons for that position. In 16th is Ellison with teammate Cole Deaver right behind in 17th. 18th Jonathan Zorlin, and trying to take 19th away from Peter Onjak is RJ Bishop. Nanako up to 23rd. Gardner's made his way up to 26th. Branoska's back up to 32nd. Johnson 34th. And Braxton looking for what would be 35th. At the back of the field is the 4 of Edwin Mendez, and you can see the leader of Oskin closing in on that lap traffic, that 14 seconds back. Meanwhile, while we were going through the field, Brommer cleared Eli Bright. Not even an issue for the 3 of Brommer. What a race for the 3 car so far. That lead has been chopped down to under 2 seconds. Let's take a look at the point standings. Brommer had a bad week last week. He dropped down to 15th in the point standings. Only one top 5 on the season so far for Brommer, but it looks like this track, he's just excelling so much. Ooh, only a 10th that time. He might be burning up his stuff just a little bit. But the 22 team's going to need to do something on their pit stop if they want to hold on to this race lead. Dylan Young up to 8th place. Now let's go back to Brommer's teammate. As you can see, there is the 2 of Young who won last week. Riding behind Nereza, and Nereza the only Joe Gibbs racing car remaining in the top 10. Cavanero and Commons have fallen out. Cavi sits in 11th with Commons back up to 13th. He had fallen down further, but now Commons trying to make his way back towards the top 10. As the rest of the field's kind of pulled away from Dale Lightning in 6th. Lightning maybe holding people up more than helping them. Matthew Logan, Nico Tringali are closing in on Eli Bright, who has now fallen to 3rd. And Brommer has closed the race lead down to 1 second on Cement Oskin. And another 10th gain for Tringali and Logan towards 3rd place Eli Bright. These drivers just have got to find the way by Dale Lightning. It looks like he's hurting them more than anything. Sikuli has made his way up to 9th place. Commons is now up to 12th. Andrew Rich 16th. Onjak's up to 17th. Man, they're just really battling it out here in the pack. Gardner's up to 23rd. He'll look for 22nd here on Corey Riggs. Branoska's 31st. Braxton's still trying to get back through the field as Mendez continues to struggle. And here comes Ryan Brommer. Look at how much more grip he has through turn 1. And all over the bumper of Oskin through 3 and 4. How much more time can Oskin hold on to this lead? He's led every lap so far. Into turn 1 they go. Brommer will make it look easy as he throws it past the 22 in turns 1 and 2. And he clears into turn 3. So new race leader Ryan Brommer here at Memphis. We're going to take another break, and we'll be back to hopefully see these drivers complete their green flag pit stops. Your top 5: Brommer, Oskin, Bright, Tringali, and Logan. We're back here at Memphis International Raceway. Joshua Sekuli just passing Dylan Young for 6. Yes, that's right. While we were away, Dale Lightning finally got put to the outside lane, and he has fallen all the way down to 19th. So that just shows you that all of these guys were really getting held up. This has really allowed them to split up once again and pull away, as Sekuli rides in 6th, but Dylan Young challenging back for the position. Eli Bright has fallen to 5th. Logan and Tringali up a position each, as Ryan Brommer has extended his lead to almost 2.5 seconds. And indeed 2.6 seconds at the start-finish line. And it appears no one is gaining on the 3 of 24.881. Looking at the top 10, nobody running lap times like that. So Brommer clearly in control of this race. We are approaching halfway. We expect pit stops soon. Sky Commons 8th place. Nereza up to 9th as Ellison moves into 10th. Andrew Rich sitting in 12th. We thought Rich had the second fastest car on the track, but so far he has not shown that. He battles Cavanero for 11th. His lap times have really fallen off. Peter Onjak has made it into the top 15. Gardner was at the back of the field at one point, and now he sits in 17th, looking for more positions at that. He's about to take 16th away from Fernandez. And that is what he's gonna do. Is he gonna get clear up to 35 here? Yes, he does. And now to the inside of Fitzwater. That's for 15th place. And he'll take that easily. Gardner and Fitzwater teammates in the NRSL. Mountain Dew Fold-in-One Cup Series, but here they're rivals. Gardner driving a Ford, Fitzwater driving a Chevy. So we'll see how much more ground Johnny makes up here through these ranks, as I don't know if anyone's going to have a shot at Brommer. He is really pulling away now. Andrew Rich up to 11th, as Sekuli and Young have caught Eli Bright. Sekuli will look for 5th place on the 88 here. Logan, Tringali, they're falling back to the 01 and the 2, as Tringali will pit here. Oskin doing the same, and it looks like Brommer has come down pit road as well, and that will surrender the lead to Matthew Logan here on lap 51. Now we'll see what the strategy does. Will the extra time on these tires hurt Brommer in the long run, or will it help him? And ooh, it looked like Bright was gonna pit, or stay out, but he ends up pitting, and it looks like someone was wrecked in 3 and 4. Looks like pretty much everyone else coming down pit road. Ooh, that's really dicey. Where is the 3? There is Brommer. Did he get a really bad pit stop? Because I thought Oskin came down behind him. Where is the 9? There's the 9. The 9's just coming out of pit road. Is that for position? This is very confusing. I believe this is for position. Who is the leader? It is showing Ryan Brommer as the leader still. So I was not confused. Brommer must have started lapping cars. So Brommer controls the race lead still. Oskin second, Tringali third, Logan fourth, Sekuli fifth, Bright sixth, Rich seventh, Young eighth, Commons ninth, and Nanako is in 10th. Unsure who spun. Adam Flickinger fell a lot of positions, as did Zorlin. So perhaps one of those two drivers was who spun out, because otherwise I'm not certain who it was. So now we'll wait and see if anyone will catch Ryan Brommer. He has lapped up to 30th place, and he will most likely lap some more. There are a ton of lap cars in between him and Samet Oskin, who rides in second place. With that said, Brommer will lap Benny Watson as he continues his march through the field. No one really having a chance to run a fast lap time with all the traffic on the track. One thing that would help anyone behind Brommer is if Brommer got put to the outside lane. But he has just had such a fast race car today. I don't know if anyone would be able to make a move on him that would keep him up there long enough for Oskin or Tringali to catch. And he will make another move to the inside, this time Cole Baker. And this really hurts the lap down cars battling, and Brommer puts Baker a lap down. 27 cars now on the lead lap. Brodemar Otts. Brommer just snuck his nose in there in the middle of the corner. And that'll put 27th place to the outside. How about this? Baran-Oscus, Brommer's teammate, sits before him now in 26th place. She has not had a good car today, nor a good race. Habanero finds himself outside the top 20 now. Gardner up to 13th. There's Young, there's Bright, there's Rich in 6th. Tringali has made his way into the traffic in 3rd. Hunter Braxton, what a bad day for him. 35th place, just can't seem to get anything rolling. Sorlin with a bad stop down to 32nd. As Brommer puts Baran-Oscus a lap down, and that'll put her to the outside of Otts for 26th, and Otts will take that position. Gonna be a few laps before Brommer catches ice here and continues lapping the field. We're gonna take a step aside, and we'll return with more action from Memphis. We are back at Memphis. You're looking at the right side camera, or, well, in this case, the outside wall from the right side camera of Ryan Brommer's machine as he continues to dominate a 5.5 second lead over Samet Oskin. As we head to our spectator camera, he closes in on 23rd place, Zoe Fernandez. Just a dominating run by the three of Brommer. RCR looking to win their 2nd race in a row. And it would be the 6th different winner on the year for Chevrolet. 30 laps to go that time by at the start-finish line. Brommer up to the bumper of Fernandez, and you gotta wonder how many cars are between Brommer and Oskin, who's in second. Well, we'll tell you right after Brommer laps Fernandez. There it is. It's just so easy for the 3 machine to navigate this track. And let's count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 cars between Brommer and Oskin, who's in second. From Oskin to Tringali is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 cars. So Tringali has not been able to make it through the field at all. So Brommer, the only driver really running faster lap times than the rest of the field. Everyone else is more or less pretty equal. Matthew Logan in 4th place, Sekuli in 5th on his back bumper. Eli right up to 6th, Young 7th, Commons 8th. Rich has fallen to 9th with Commons in 10th. Ellison and Gardner 11th and 12th. They're right there on the bumper of Nanako. The rest of 13th, Quinton Moore, pretty good run for him in 14th. Dale Lightning 15th. Corey Riggs 16th, 17th. Peter Onjak, first race back since Dega, doing a very good job. Cole Deaver sits in 18th. 19th, Seth Cole. 20th, Fitzwater Sr. 21st, Cavanero. And looking for that position is Bishop as Brommer looks to lap them both. You can see Brommer is actually on the outside line right now. He'll duck back down below Fernandez. You can see Oskin gained 2/10 that lap because of where Brommer was running on the track. But it really doesn't matter. Brommer is just gone. No mechanical problems here today. I'm honestly surprised through 76 laps of action here at Memphis that we have not had at least one failure. Speaking of drivers with problems this season, Marty Johnson sits 38th. His best finish came last week when he got 38th. 2 40th place finishes for Johnson, equaling 3 points each, and 38th last week, equaling 5 points. As Wow Cavanero just dove it to the inside of Brommer, but does he get the line? No, he doesn't. And now this is where Brommer's getting into traffic that are just as fast as those trailing him, so now it's getting a little more difficult to move forward. But I mean, he has just dominated this race, and I don't even recall where he started, but I remember he was not in the top 10. He worked his way through the field, made it into the top 10. Next thing you know, he was in the top 5, and he has just charged through this field all day long. And now he's got almost half the field a lap behind him. And if he gets Bishop, it will be half the field. Let's go through your top lap times on the day. Surprisingly, it's not Ryan Brommer with the best lap, and that could be because he's been in traffic all day long. Andrew Rich with the top time at 23.267. Other drivers under a 23.3 include Seth Cole at a 2.79, Brommer, your leader, at a 2.82, and Johnny Gardner at a 2.85. Gardner has finally cracked the top 10. He sits in 9th place. And you just saw it there. Brommer lapped not just Bishop, but Fitzwater too. And that leaves 19 drivers on the lead lap. Next up on the docket is Seth Cole, but he is a decent ways away with 19 laps of racing left. We're going to keep you here for the rest of the action as we go to crank up the sound. Let's do it. That was our first time cranking up the sound. We might have to figure out a better catchphrase for that. But Eli Bright into 5th place. Young 6th. Gardner has made his way up to 7th now. Nanako has fallen outside the top 10. Dale Lightning making his way towards the front. But Logan with a bumper full of Eli Bright as he sits in 4th. And Tringali, it looked like, was closing in on Oskin, but that is out the window now. Looks like he had passed Jackson King, and now King is trying to pass him back. Johnson into 37th could get his best finish of the season, which is sad to say would be 37th. But not sure what's wrong with that 23 team. They always seem to qualify well in the heat races, and then they just perform terribly in the race. Braxton has not had a great day. He's been back here outside the top 30 all day long. Mendes up to 30th. He was running in the back for a long time earlier. Baran Oscus in 26th. Zorland's made it back up to 25th. Cavanero was in the top 10 for a while, but now 22nd. As Brommer has just pulled away from those pack of lap down cars and up to the next one. Let's look at these lap times. What does Cole Deaver run? 24.9. Brommer almost a whole half a second faster than the 10. How about Peter Onjak? What a day for the team at the 90. It looks like they're going to get at worst maybe 19th unless the Bishop catches up from behind. But what a day indeed for that 90 team. Kind of a bad angle there for Brommer, but he's lapped yet another driver in the form of Onjak. 18 drivers left on the lead lap, and it looks like I think he only has time to lap these 3 ahead of him, and that would be Deaver, Riggs, and Seth Cole. Yeah, Nanako's pretty far up here. Brommer goes into turn 3 to his outside. Lap times have really fallen off. We're closing in on 2 seconds. So Brommer, the race leader. Lap cars in front of him not yielding. Why would they? They're battling for position here. Just what domination here by Brommer, and we will definitely look at the conclusion of the race where this car started, because this has just been unprecedented. And he will lap Corey Riggs now. 17 cars on the lead lap. And he's almost got a 10-second lead over Oskin. 9.83 that time by. Brommer moves to the inside of Cole Deaver now. Looking to put him a lap down. That would leave us with 16 cars on the lead lap. And he took one corner and he was done. Done with the 10. When does the scoring board update for the 22? Right there. Brommer's already halfway around the racetrack at that point. 7 laps to go at the start finish line, and how about this development? Johnny Gardner has made his way up to 4th place. So if anyone had a chance at challenging Brommer, it probably would have been Gardner. However, because Gardner started on the outside line, he fell to 40th and then had to make his way back up through the field. But he has been the only other driver we've seen with this level of passing ability. The lead has grown to 10 seconds for Brommer. See a 24.9 for him. Let's see what Gardner runs this time. He's cleared into 4th place, and he's pulling too. 25.05, so I don't know if anyone's as close to those times. Yeah, you can see 25.15 for Dylan Young. The Tringali ran to 25.3, and Oskin's running He about 25 O's too. So I mean, if Gardner had just started on the inside line, he might have had a chance at winning this race. And if Brommer was on the outside line, I think Brommer still would have come through and crushed the field because he's just been so fast. He just ran a 24.997. Unbelievable. He's closing in on Seth Cole. See Seth Cole running a 25.16. Andrew Rich fell back to 15th, so that's disappointing for him. Nareza outside the top 10 as well. Sekuli to 10th, Logan the 9th. Lightning with a bit of a rebound back up to 8th. Same with Commons back up to 7th. What a great day for Johnny Gardner to make it back up to 4th place. And there's Ryan Brommer, your leader. He'll come to 2 laps to go, this time by. And it looks like we're going to have everybody finish this race. "16 drivers will finish on the lead lap. I don't think Brommer's going to get to Seth Cole. Those tires have really worn down now. But here comes Ryan Brommer. White flag in the air for the 3 car. "12-second lead over Samet Oskin. And just wait for that thing to update. When does it update? It updates with Brommer going into turn 3. But checkered flag waves in the air and leaving just 15 other cars on the lead lap. Brommer will win as someone wrecked on the front stretch. I'm not sure who that was. Saw Brommer making some evasive maneuver. They're racing up here for something. Someone lost position somewhere. Oh, it might have been Martin Wild. He fell to 38. I'm not certain what the incident was. It was ahead of the 3 car though. Yeah, I'm not certain. Someone did a loop-de-loop, but congratulations to Ryan Brommer on the victory. And man, his pit stall is way back here. Where did Brommer start? 18th. Okay, so Brommer started on the outside line, the same as Gardner, who started 34th. Man, I think even if Brommer started where, if the 3 car started in 34th place, I still think he would have blown through this field because he won by 12 seconds. Yeah, I don't know. You guys tell me what you think. Would Ryan Brommer have won this race if he started in 34th? Something to consider, but Gardner, great race for Gardner. I mean, 34th to 4th on the board. Oskin gets 2nd. So he was at the front all day. Tringali 3rd, same thing. Dylan Young will get 5th. Bright, who was running 2nd most of the first half, will end up in 6th. Commons 7th. Lightning 8th. Logan 9th. And Quentin Moore will get a top 10 result here today. He gets 10th place over Joshua Sekuli. And with that, ladies and gentlemen, I will see you at Bristol for the first dirt race of the season. I look forward to seeing you all there. Enjoy the rest of your day.